More than 60 million Americans are in the grip of a huge winter storm that could bring the heaviest snow and lowest temperatures in a decade. Several inches of snow have been dumped on eastern parts of the US.
What would you do if the government declared a nationwide emergency, shutting everything down overnight? Or if a sudden disaster turned your hometown into chaos, leaving you cut off from basic necessities? Could you truly say you're ready to protect yourself, your family, and your loved ones in such a moment? If you're unsure where to start, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm revealing 7 essential preparedness items that every household must secure before they disappear or become outright illegal. These aren't your standard overhyped survival gadgets. They're critical, everyday items that are quietly being restricted by changing regulations. Some are already banned in parts of Canada, and time is running out to act. These items are your key to ensuring safety, resilience, and survival when everything else falls apart. Don't wait until it's too late. Number 1. Water filtration systems. Access to clean drinking water is one of the most critical aspects of survival, yet it's something many of us take for granted. Water filtration systems and purification tablets are life-saving tools designed to make contaminated water safe for drinking. These systems can filter out harmful bacteria, chemicals, and debris, ensuring you have access to safe hydration when traditional water sources are compromised. Whether it's a natural disaster, a water main break, or even a more severe crisis, having a reliable way to purify water is non-negotiable. Why is this so important, you ask? Consider this. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, thousands were left stranded without access to clean water for days. Contaminated water sources led to outbreaks of disease, compounding the already catastrophic situation. Now, imagine this happening in your own city. Could you guarantee your family's safety without clean water to drink or cook with? Water filtration systems are invaluable in emergency situations. They provide a lifeline when traditional water supplies are disrupted or tainted. A portable filtration system can remove harmful pathogens like E. coli and Giardia, ensuring you're not putting your health at risk. For longer emergencies, larger filtration systems or purification tablets can purify gallons of water, providing a sustainable supply. Additionally, having a water filtration system reduces reliance on bottled water, which may not always be available during a crisis. It also eliminates the need to stockpile large amounts of water, saving space in your preparedness kit while offering a more eco-friendly solution. These systems are lightweight, portable, and easy to use, making them ideal for navigating emergencies with minimal hassle. Here's the catch. Advanced water filtration systems are starting to face regulatory scrutiny due to concerns over manufacturing materials and environmental impact. Certain types of filters may soon be subject to restrictions, and as demand increases during disasters, prices will inevitably skyrocket. The time to act is now. Waiting until these items are scarce or heavily regulated will leave you vulnerable. Don't leave one of your most basic survival needs to chance. Invest in a high-quality water filtration system today to ensure you and your loved ones have access to clean, safe drinking water, no matter what emergencies may arise. When the time comes, you'll be grateful you acted before it was. Number 2. Raw milk. Raw milk, untouched by pasteurization, is one of nature's purest and most nutrient-packed foods. It's rich in enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and vitamins that are often lost during the pasteurization process. For generations, raw milk has been treasured not only for its creamy, fresh taste, but also for its numerous health benefits, including improved digestion, stronger immune systems, and healthier skin. Yet, despite these advantages, access to raw milk is being restricted more and more, with regulations tightening across the country. Some states have already banned its sale entirely, and the ripple effect of this growing crackdown threatens to make this vital resource inaccessible to millions. Imagine being in a situation where your family's access to nutrient-dense, unprocessed food is critical, whether due to a natural disaster, supply chain collapse, or an economic crisis. Raw milk is not just a drink. It's a lifeline that provides essential nourishment when you need it most. In emergencies where processed foods might dominate shelves or fresh supplies are limited, having raw milk from a trusted source can be a game changer for your family's health and vitality. Why the urgency? The war on raw milk is intensifying. Under the guise of safety concerns, authorities and large dairy corporations are lobbying for stricter controls that benefit the industrial dairy system, leaving small farmers and consumers caught in the crossfire. These efforts obscure the fact that properly handled raw milk from healthy, pasture-raised cows is not only safe, but far superior in nutrition to its pasteurized counterpart. If you've ever tasted raw milk or witnessed its benefits firsthand, you know its value cannot be overstated. Whether using it to make yogurt, butter, or cheese, or simply drinking it fresh, you are accessing a food as nature intended. However, with regulatory bans looming in many states and large corporations favoring shelf-stable, processed products, time is running out to secure your supply. Even farmers who sell raw milk directly are facing mounting pressures, forcing many to scale back operations or go out of business entirely. This is why it's crucial to act now, whether that means finding a local source, learning about herd shares, or investing in ways to store raw milk long term. The steps you take today can ensure your family has access to this essential food in the future. Don't wait until it's too late to experience the unmatched health benefits of raw milk. Regulations are tightening, availability is shrinking, and prices are climbing. If you value your family's well-being, now is the time to take action. Secure a source of raw milk today and protect a resource that's as valuable for survival as it is for daily nourishment. Number 3. Cash. In a world rapidly transitioning to online transactions and digital payment systems, cash remains an irreplaceable tool for resilience and independence. While credit cards and mobile payment apps dominate the market, they come with hidden costs that most people overlook. Every purchase you make with a card funnels a percentage of your money into fees that benefit banks and payment processors. These institutions thrive on digital dependency, subtly profiting off every transaction while leaving you vulnerable to financial crises and technical failures. Now imagine a scenario where inflation continues to erode the value of your money, and your digital assets are at the mercy of the banks, the economy, or even a cyber attack. What happens when your card is declined, your accounts are frozen, or the system itself goes down? Cash becomes not just an option, but a lifeline. In emergencies, whether it's a natural disaster, a sudden power outage, or widespread internet disruption, your digital wallet is worthless without the infrastructure to support it. When ATMs are offline, card machines are down, and businesses can't process electronic payments, having physical cash ensures that you and your loved ones can still purchase essential goods like food, water, and medicine. Local businesses often pivot to cash-only transactions during crises, leaving those without it unable to secure the supplies they need to survive. The urgency doesn't end there. Inflation is quietly eating away at the purchasing power of the dollar, and with discussions of phasing out physical currency in favor of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, the control over your finances may soon shift entirely into the hands of banks and government entities. These digital systems, while convenient, are designed to track and regulate every transaction you make, stripping you of financial privacy and independence. Cash, on the other hand, allows you to make purchases discreetly, maintain control over your spending, and avoid being at the mercy of fluctuating digital systems or invasive regulations. Storing cash is not just about emergency preparedness, it's about reclaiming your financial autonomy in an increasingly controlled and unpredictable world. Small denominations of physical currency are invaluable during emergencies, as they allow for easier transactions without relying on change or technology. However, the push toward a cashless society, combined with rising inflation and tighter regulations, makes it more urgent than ever to safeguard your financial independence by keeping cash on hand. Don't wait until it's too late. Cash is under attack, not just by inflation, but by the growing shift toward digital payment systems designed to profit from your dependence. Act now to protect your ability to navigate emergencies, maintain your financial freedom, and ensure that you are not left helpless when systems fail. Secure a reserve of cash today, because in a world dominated by digital control, a stack of small bills might just be the difference between preparedness and vulnerability. Number 4. Personal Protective Equipment, PPE. Having personal protective equipment, PPE, on hand is no longer just a precaution. It's a lifeline in emergencies, safeguarding your health and well-being when the world around you is uncertain and chaotic. From N95 masks to gloves and protective eyewear, PPE is designed to shield you and your loved ones from invisible threats, including airborne particles, harmful substances, and direct exposure to pathogens. Imagine a scenario where a sudden outbreak of illness spreads rapidly, overwhelming hospitals and depleting the available supply of PPE. Or consider the aftermath of a natural disaster, where debris and pollutants saturate the air, putting your respiratory health at serious risk. Without access to proper protection, you and your family are left vulnerable to dangers you can't see, but can severely impact your health. PPE provides more than just physical protection. It offers peace of mind. Whether it's ensuring you can care for a sick loved one without putting yourself in harm's way, or navigating public spaces during a crisis without fear of exposure, having these essential items empowers you to take control of your safety in ways few other tools can. Yet, as we've seen in recent years, the availability of PPE can vanish overnight, leaving individuals scrambling to secure what little remains. Regulatory controls, supply chain disruptions, and stockpiling by institutions can make it nearly impossible for everyday people to obtain these life-saving items when they are needed most. The urgency is real. The demand for PPE spikes during any public health crisis, and manufacturers struggle to keep up. Governments and large organizations often prioritize their own stockpiles, leaving the general public to fend for themselves. Adding to the challenge, new regulations and distribution controls could restrict access even further, particularly for high-grade items like N95 masks. These restrictions, though aimed at preventing misuse or ensuring equitable distribution, often leave families underprepared and exposed. Stocking up on PPE now is not just about preparation, it's about ensuring that you and your loved ones have a fighting chance when emergencies arise. Just like food and water, PPE is an essential resource that must not be overlooked. It serves as a barrier between you and the dangers that crises bring, whether that's a viral outbreak, a chemical spill, or even smoke from wildfires. By acting now, you avoid the panic and uncertainty of trying to source these critical items when everyone else is doing the same. Don't wait until shelves are empty and prices skyrocket. Personal protective equipment is not just a commodity, it's a necessity, and its value is immeasurable when your health and safety are on the line. Secure your supply today because when disaster strikes, the only thing more dangerous than the threat itself is being unprepared to face it. Number 5. Antibiotics and medical supplies. These two are the silent heroes of emergency preparedness, a lifeline when illness or injury strikes unexpectedly. Antibiotics can combat life-threatening infections, while essential medical supplies like bandages, antiseptics, and wound care kits ensure you can handle medical emergencies when a professional care isn't immediately available. Imagine a scenario where a sudden disaster overwhelms healthcare facilities, leaving hospitals inaccessible or medical professionals stretched beyond capacity. Without access to these critical resources, a minor infection or injury could escalate into a grave situation. The truth is, antibiotics and basic medical supplies are increasingly becoming harder to access due to stricter regulations and rising concerns over antibiotic resistance. Governments and health organizations, while well-meaning, have implemented tighter controls to prevent misuse, often leaving everyday individuals without the ability to prepare adequately for emergencies. This could mean waiting until it's too late to secure a simple course of antibiotics, something that could save a life in the right moment. And it's not just antibiotics. Even basic medical supplies are susceptible to shortages during crises, as we've seen in past disasters where first aid kits and sterile equipment disappeared from store shelves almost instantly. Imagine trying to treat a loved one's wound during a natural disaster, only to realize you lack even the simplest antiseptic or bandage to stop an infection. Or consider the consequences of being unable to get antibiotics during an outbreak when pharmacies are out of stock and access to medical care is delayed. These supplies are not just conveniences, they are the difference between life and death when the unexpected happens. Adding to the urgency is the increasing push for tighter regulations. Access to antibiotics may become restricted to hospital use or emergency prescriptions only, making it nearly impossible to acquire them for personal preparedness. Moreover, supply chain issues, manufacturing limitations, and the prioritization of institutional needs could further limit availability, driving up costs and leaving ordinary citizens unprepared. Now is the time to act. Stock up on essential medical supplies including antibiotics, bandages, antiseptics, and tools like tweezers and scissors to ensure you're ready for any situation. These items are compact, affordable, and invaluable in emergencies where healthcare systems falter or professional help is delayed. Don't wait until the shelves are bare or the laws make it impossible for you to secure these critical resources. By having antibiotics and medical supplies on hand, you take control of your family's health and safety, equipping yourself to handle the unforeseen with confidence and peace of mind. Number 6. Fuel reserves. Fuel reserves are the backbone of preparedness, an often overlooked yet absolutely critical item for ensuring mobility, power, and warmth in emergency situations. Whether it's gasoline for your generator, propane for heating, or diesel for your vehicle, having a supply of fuel can mean the difference between resilience and helplessness when disaster strikes. Imagine a scenario where a hurricane or snowstorm leaves your entire area without electricity for days or even weeks, and fuel supplies are quickly depleted as panic sets in. Gas stations can only operate with electricity, and even when they reopen, the lines stretch for miles, with rationing policies limiting how much fuel you can purchase. Without a backup fuel reserve, your generator can't run, your car can't evacuate you, and your ability to stay warm or cook food vanishes. Fuel is not just about convenience, it's about survival. With fuel reserves, you can power essential appliances, heat your home, and maintain the mobility to escape dangerous situations. However, recent regulatory changes and environmental policies are making it increasingly difficult to store fuel, citing safety concerns and emissions as reasons for restrictions. States like California have already implemented stricter laws on gas storage, and further regulations could make it even harder to legally maintain a personal fuel supply. This creates an urgent need to act before these resources become inaccessible or too expensive to afford. Having a reliable fuel supply ensures that you can stay in control when everything else fails. During a blackout, your generator can keep lights on and refrigerators running. In freezing conditions, propane reserves can heat your home and keep you and your family safe from the dangers of hypothermia. Fuel reserves also provide the freedom to evacuate quickly, whether you're escaping floods, wildfires, or civil unrest. Your car becomes your lifeline, but only if it has the fuel to get you where you need to go. Now is the time to secure your fuel reserves while you still can. Purchase fuel storage containers that comply with safety standards and store them in a safe, ventilated location away from your home to minimize risks. Rotate your fuel supply regularly to keep it fresh and learn the regulations in your area to ensure you're compliant. As restrictions tighten and prices rise, failing to prepare now could leave you vulnerable when you need fuel the most. Fuel reserves aren't just an asset. They are a necessity, a safeguard for your family's safety, warmth, and freedom in times of crisis. Don't wait until it's too late. Start building your reserves today and secure your ability to face the unexpected with confidence. Number 7. Self-defense items. In an unpredictable world where personal safety cannot be guaranteed, having reliable self-defense items is not just a precaution, but a necessity. Tools such as tactical flashlights, personal alarms, pepper spray, and even stun guns can provide a critical edge in protecting yourself and your loved ones when danger strikes. These items are lightweight, easy to carry, and simple to use, making them invaluable for individuals of all ages and abilities. However, as personal safety tools become the target of increasing regulations due to their misuse in isolated cases, their accessibility is steadily diminishing. Imagine being caught in a situation where law enforcement is overwhelmed, unreachable, or simply too far away to provide immediate assistance. In moments like these, self-defense items become your first line of protection, granting you the ability to deter threats and seek safety. Think about it. Your home is your sanctuary and your safety on the street is your right, but emergencies don't always respect those boundaries. Whether you're walking alone at night, faced with an aggressive intruder, or encountering a wild animal, self-defense tools can offer a lifeline when seconds matter most. Unfortunately, laws in certain areas have already begun restricting access to these items. Pepper spray, for example, is heavily regulated in some states, while stun guns and tactical gear face bans in others. Waiting until these essential tools are outlawed could leave you defenseless at the very moment you need them most. Having a self-defense item on hand empowers you to respond quickly to emergencies, especially when law enforcement or other protective services are delayed. Personal alarms can draw attention to your location, Tactical flashlights can temporarily disorient an attacker, and stun guns or pepper spray can incapacitate threats long enough for you to escape. These tools are not about encouraging violence, they're about ensuring your safety when no one else can. In a society that is rapidly becoming reliant on external systems for security, having self defense items ensures that you remain in control of your own safety. But time is running out. As policymakers push for more stringent controls, the availability of these items will diminish, leaving millions without viable options for personal protection. Don't wait for regulations to make them inaccessible or prices to skyrocket due to demand. Equip yourself now, ensuring that you and your loved ones have the tools needed to face the unexpected with confidence. These are not just items, they are investments in your safety and peace of mind. Take action today and safeguard your future. These 7 items are absolutely vital for your survival kit, ensuring you and your loved ones are prepared to handle any emergency that life throws your way. If these essentials aren't already part of your plan, now is the time to act, before new regulations or shortages make them unavailable. From natural disasters to unexpected crises, these tools provide the safety, security, and resilience needed to face the unknown with confidence. Don't wait until it's too late. Your future preparedness depends on the choices you make today. Stay safe, stay ready, and stay tuned for more tips to help you take control of your survival.